All right, everyone. How are you? I am great. Free agency is right around the corner and lots are happening. I definitely am going to talk Russell Wilson with you guys, but a couple little nuggets first. As soon as I stopped recording yesterday, the Steelers cut Neal. Knew that was coming. I've been telling you guys that for a while. Small potatoes. You need to get better there. You need to get younger there. No big deal. Another thing that happened was the Chiefs re-upped a linebacker I told you about yesterday that I would have been on my very short list for the Steelers, Drew Tranquil. So that's just the way free agency goes. You know, you get excited about a guy. Well, he's a possibility. Boom, it's over. You know, these guys are smart. Another thing that happened that I am very intrigued with since we talked last is the Bills cut their starting center, 32-year-old Mitch Morse. Very good fit for Arthur Smith. Just they're changing their scheme. They're looking for more power linemen. Morse is really smart, very mobile still, even at his age. Sign him to a 1-year deal, 2-year deal. I'm not saying he's my favorite of the free agent centers, but it's another good one on the market that would really help solidify the Steelers line, in my opinion. So Mitch Morse is another name I want you guys to be aware of. Folks, BetOnline continues to be your number one source for all your basketball wagering needs, including pro and college hoops throughout the year. With up-to-minute odds, stats, and trends, you can follow your favorite teams past to the playoffs with in-game live betting, contests, and all the best player props. Experience the world's best wagering platform anytime from your desktop or your mobile devices. Head to BetOnline today to become part of the team. And remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here. Now the elephant in the room is Russell Wilson. And first, the positives. He might be better than Kenny Pickett. You know, he throws a lot more touchdowns. He's been around the block. He's won Super Bowls. I think he's still a potential Hall of Famer, despite how these last couple seasons have gone. Maybe even a better positive for Russell Wilson is you would sign him for league minimum. And he's worth much more than that. Because Denver's going to pay him all his money. He's getting his money either way. Why hurt the new team? You know, get him at league minimum. That's great. So all those things that I just said make it extremely logical that you would get in touch with him. You'd kick the tires. You'd have conversations. Cool. I get that. The negatives are a lot, though. First of all, he's been declining rapidly, and not just in Denver. His last year and a half or so in Seattle was pretty rough, and the Seahawks were very anxious to move him. And to their credit, they got an awful lot back, which, looking back at it, or even at the time, was a little mind-boggling for his age, a declining player. And here's why he's declining. Kind of like we talked about with Fields, Wilson's always at the top of the league in terms of holding the ball, you know, high time to throw. And that was great back in the day. And I'm not saying he's even close to as athletic as Fields or as good as a runner, but he would make a lot of big plays. He's still a great deep passer. He's a good intermediate passer outside the numbers. But he'd hold the ball, and Metcalf, Lockett, etc. would get open downfield, and he'd make huge plays that break your back. And overall, he was pretty consistent too. You know, I mean, it wasn't just totally boom or bust, but it was. Always has taken a lot of sacks. That's why I made the Fields comparison. Sacks and high time to throw. And now he avoids them much worse than he ever did. He's a much declining athlete. And the league has changed. You know, I mean, everyone's playing these coverages now to eliminate the deep ball, to eliminate the big play. So as he's declined, the league has changed not in his favor as well. Compounding matters, he is terrible in the middle of the field. I mean, he's always at the top of the league in time to throw. I mean, the longest. And he's always in the bottom of the league in attempts between the numbers, which is exactly what you're trying to get out of from the Steelers passing game. Arthur Smith is a big between the numbers attacking coordinator. And he's always been reluctant. And part of it's because he's short. You know, like when you're that small, you can't see through the trees all that well. And in his younger days, he would show quick little steps to maneuver in the pocket to throw around the trees. Now he's not as good at it. He doesn't throw in the middle of the field. I mean, Arthur Smith wants play action, A.J. Brown on an in-cutting dig, hit him in stride, yards after catch. It's not Wilson at all. I mean, it just isn't. So that stuff, you know, compounded with a huge personality. Now, I bet his ego is a little bruised, but I can't sign him to league minimum and just say, you're my starter. Is he going to say, yeah, okay, I'll do battle with Kenny Pickett? Because I actually think that would be a battle. But because Kenny, when he lets it go, too, can be a big play guy. So I can't just anoint him the starter. Will he be a problem or accept not handling those things? Does he still travel with his posse and, you know, high maintenance in that regard? Not that I understand that world very much, but, you know, his wife's a celebrity and he's a celebrity, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I think Mike Tomlin could handle those things extremely well. But other than really the contract he would sign, it just doesn't seem like a personality fit, and it definitely is not a scheme fit. So I see the due diligence of, you know, kicking the tires on Wilson and all that stuff. Fine. It's just not a move I would likely make, but there's not a lot of great options out there. So there you have it. Two options I have not talked to you guys about, and let's make this quick, are Sam Darnold and Jacoby Brissett. And I know Sam Darnold, super early pick. Everyone thinks he's a bust. Screams going down the Trubisky road again. And I get that. And maybe that's exactly how it would go. But Sam Darnold's younger than Kenny Pickett. He's immensely talented. I think I would have loved, I didn't want Brock Purdy to get hurt, but I wanted Sam Darnold to be the starter in that system for like 6 weeks. Because I think the world will be buzzing about him, to be very honest with you. He's very athletic. I got to think he's matured. He wouldn't be that expensive. Brissett's kind of the opposite. He's not as athletic as Arthur Smith wants, but he's steady. He's a really good player. I think he's definitely one of the best 32. Right this second, I mean, last I saw him, I think he's better than Pickett, but he's just a safety blanket. Tough as could be. Everyone loves him, you know, so there you have it. Well, I just got a blurb on my phone here. The Steelers are releasing 8-time Pro Bowl cornerback Patrick Peterson. Not surprising. I mean, you're going to save a good buck on that. I've warned you this is coming. I thought him and Allen Robinson would both be restructures, but this makes all the sense in the world as well. You need that money for younger guys. I didn't think he was awful, but I thought his versatility might come in handy. Who knows? Maybe they'd call him back. He led the team in defensive snaps last year, which isn't what you want, but to his credit, he was available. So there's that news too. So, all right, everyone have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Lots happening in the league.